Okay, so we are waiting for other
Yeah,
people to join, right?
I'm trying to add Mr. J now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, hi, Mr. J. Welcome back.
Yeah, that was a struggle.
Yeah, sorry about that. Must be like interference with network or something.
Okay, I think we are all back now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Mr.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
just rounding off my
Mhm.
what I was explaining. I was
Yeah,
only encouraging people that even if you are into a different field now and you find a passion in healthcare that you want to pursue,
right.
take a course in healthcare. You can be in healthcare and you find a passion in aviation, you find
Right.
a passion in maritime, you
Right.
find a passion anywhere. In Canada, everything is about going to school, everything is about taking a course. Take a course in healthcare if you are not in that field. Take a course in management. Take a course anywhere. That would not just help you get a job for today, but that could give you an edge tomorrow if there's an opportunity for healthcare, but looking for a difference, and that's the difference you're going to bring based on the knowledge and experience you have from other fields.
And that's very, very important. That's having that desire for continuous improvement or continuous personal development is very, very key, especially how the world is constantly evolving. Like you have to be very, very deliberate about investing in yourself, investing in your abilities and developing your skills and all that as well,
Mhm.
which is quite important. And I saw some questions before we ended the first live session. People are asking, which is also going to tie to the next question I wanted to ask Jay, is the admission requirements and available intake for the continuing care assistant program at Oxford College. Maybe you are inside Canada or outside Canada. A lot of people, the common question people will ask is, I didn't do science or I have no science background. Are they still eligible for that, and what are the admission requirements? I can see one of those questions back now that is asking how long is the process for the admission and things like that. But what should people keep in mind for admission requirements and also for the intakes when they can start those programs?
Yeah, so admissions are still currently open for May intake, and in terms of like requirements as well, I think that's a bit of a thing about like the program, and that's one of the reasons why this program is very very popular, because this program is a program that like everybody could take. You could have science background, you could have social science background, you could have hard background. So when I talk about hard background, it could be like maybe your O level, you don't have science courses there. You just have like, government, economics, commerce, literature, English and math. As far as like, you pass at least five major courses, you'll be eligible to actually like take this program. And most important, as far as you pass your English as well, right? Because if you don't pass your English, you do IELTS or CEPIP will be required from you. Um, the same thing like if you have a science background as well, just pass your five core subjects: English, mathematics, chemistry, physics, and biology, or government. You'll be eligible. Same thing with social science. So regardless of like the field, as far as like you have your O level, the O level is the basic requirements alongside your passport, your resume, and just a little bit less of intent, on why you want to actually like take the program. So people from all kind of fields, as far as like you have your own level, will be eligible to take this program. And in terms of like start to finish, as I mentioned earlier, Uni College Link is in a great partnership with Oxford, because of like how strategic this school is, right? As mentioned earlier, postgraduate work permit is not available, but this school puts you at a strategic position, especially for those that are already in Canada that have taken first program, and you're looking at a second program that you can use to transition as quickly as possible into becoming a permanent resident in Canada. This is one of like the programs that the government of Nova Scotia have rolled out to ensure that like they continue to actually like recruit quality candidates, and that's why the government actually like love that partnership with these schools, because they're no longer just going to recruit foreign workers to come into like Nova Scotia, to take these roles, but they're taking people that have gone to these two institutions that in partnership with which gives them the assurance that these people are well educated, they have their certificates, and they are ready to actually work in Nova Scotia, right, and make impact. Unlike before that, they would just recruit massively from overseas, and they are not 100% sure of their experience or qualification. So that's why the government of Nova Scotia is really supporting people taking these programs in these institutions. The minute you are done with your school, with your program, 8 9 months, you go for your internship. After your internship, you get your job offer. And the exciting thing is you don't even need to actually have 1 year work of experience or 6 months work of experience under this particular stream, to get your nomination. We have people that their timeline after finishing school, they got their permanent residency within 6 months. We have students like that. There are a couple of testimonials like that I will share, that was already on YouTube, that I will share. Or if you could just go to YouTube, if you could just search on Oxford, Oxford International Community College, and search for different testimonials, you will see a lot of them, from different students from Africa, from Asia, testifying on how their process was. And right now, for all the students that have gone to the school, all of them 100% got their internships placing, and they got job offers. All of them 100%. And the school is also giving you a guarantee that if you don't get a job offer, because you need a job offer to get your close work permit, and then also to actually apply for your permanent residence. So if you don't get a job offer, the schools guarantee you that they will refund 100% of your school fees that you are paying. You know, and they're doing this with partnership with us, and we are giving you our word that if you don't get a job offer in Nova Scotia after taking either of these programs, the community care assistant program or the early childhood assistant, you would get your school fees. But again, there are also terms and conditions, because you won't just sit at home and not take your classes. You won't pass
And
your
not do
exams.
well in your
And
internship
not do
and all
well.
those things.
I'll not
Yeah,
do
you
your
have to do
internship, and
your
you say
part.
you don't get a job offer. No, if there's such reports, you won't get your refund back. So you need to also put in your commitment, to learn, pass the courses, do your internship, be committed, be punctual, to those internships, so that you get a job offer and you proceed from there. So the beautiful catch there, right, which is coming from the government, and I know that person is once you have a job offer in Nova Scotia and either of these two streams, as an early childhood assistant, or as a continuous care assistant, you will get your nomination for permanent residency. And I think there's nothing as beautiful as that. You won't even have to actually wait for 6 months or 1 year work experience, to actually get that. And there are people that from the minute they get those job offers, from the process down to finish within 6 months, that permanent residency in Nova Scotia. And that's something that I'm really, that I think is really amazing. The last province that has something that amazing was I think New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Earlier in the past,
Yeah,
yeah.
their international student program, but
Program,
I mean their
yeah,
student connection stream, which I
yeah,
had they are putting on hold this year
yeah,
This
because I
2025,
think a
yeah.
lot of people have b- used that opportunity to get PR and all. For
yeah,
the beautiful one with their own then was that you don't even need a job offer. You just need to have studied in their own province and all that.
So
But I
I
want,
think,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
go
go ahead.
ahead. You were even the one I wanted to ask a question on.
Mhm.
If there's any additional information you have to add to how the program is connected to the provincial nominee program
Program. Okay, good. I
in
wanted to
Nova
mention that.
Scotia. Yes, so that's what
I
I
wanted to
wanted to
mention
ask.
that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the thing is, just like Jay had mentioned, the school is very big on saying the same thing. We have these opportunities to move you from being a student to getting into the industry. And they can say that with a lot of boldness because they know that this course doesn't offer postgraduate work permits. And they're not just going to tell you, oh, come to us, and then you are done and you are thrown outside and you are looking for what to do from there. My experience also with Nova Scotia is that it's one of the most welcoming provinces I've been to. There are lots of options to settle down that you can find, So if you follow your program as you should, of course, you pass your course, you go through the internship option. I know for sure, I know someone who had worked in Annapolis Valley, one good lady from Nigeria. she walked up to them and said, "We have lots of trained nurses in back home. They are looking for how to come to help," because she was the only nurse of color who and she didn't even come to Canada as a nurse. She came to Canada with a different profession. She took some healthcare courses in Nova Scotia, and then she became a nurse, or she became a healthcare provider. I think that's the right word. From that link she provided, many people were interviewed by some organizations who were outside of Canada, and they were able to come work in Nova Scotia, and the companies were able to follow through all the government processes of giving you a job offer, paying for a closed work permit to the government, and getting them over. So what I have seen is a province like Nova Scotia, anyone who is even in Canada now, and you are maybe somewhere you are struggling with stuff, I'm done with one program, what should I do next? And you look at all the conditions around this program. First, you are interested in healthcare, and it's not just come as you are. There's a lot of processing which they do, like the interview process. You must be smart to pass the interview. And my experience, for people we have worked with, we're also able to secure them some good tuition discounts based on what we see lately, which is really, really commendable. So you are not really losing anything if you go to that school to take your course for 1 year, and you are transitioned from study to the hospital or to healthcare facility for internship. From your internship, you apply for a closed work permit, which is going to take you until you get nominated by any of the PR pathways in Nova Scotia, and then you become a Canadian PR and you move from there. So it's quite recommendable to try this process.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I don't know if Kenichi is still here with us. You wanted to talk about, some of the services and supports that Skynet offers to people, maybe in the admission process and any other related area. I can pass it over to you if there's still anything you wanted to touch on that.
Yes, I just kind of put it in the comments now, pinned it in the
Okay.
comments, you can see. But just to reiterate, if you're interested in any of these programs or you need more insights as to what program or school to go for, you can always send us an email, info@unicorn.com or info@kindnetconsults with an s.com, or you can definitely sign on to unicorn.com for free, and then you have access to over 50 schools and programs in countries like US, Canada, UK, Australia, and also Malta. So definitely sign on to unicollegelink.com to see more programs, go options. And if you want a one-on-one, definitely send us an email as well, info@unicollegelink.com.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. So you've had that. The website, there are so many other schools and programs you can check on unicollegelink.com if you're applying for admission. It's a good one-stop place for all those schools and the programs they have. You can check it out. You can send an email as well if you need to get connected with an advisor. So Jay, back to you. When we're talking about schools offering continued care program, I know it's not only Oxford College in Nova Scotia. I've seen a few people even mention in the comment section asking, are you partnering with other schools, maybe in Nova Scotia, maybe outside Nova Scotia? So the question is, what other schools offer the continued care assistant programs that UniCollege Link or Skynet Consult that you've partnered with, and how can individuals get started in these programs as well?
Yeah, so we partner with a lot of schools that offer continuing care program, and some institutions do call them personal support worker.
Mm-hmm.
But for the purpose of this conversation, right, if you are looking at like Nova Scotia in specific, the only recognized institution that I know Nova Scotia partnered with is Oxford International Community College. There's also another institution I know they partnered with, but I don't have the name of the school off the top of my head.
Okay.
But I know like the government of Nova Scotia is actually like very particular about this program, and they have not partnered with like a lot of institutions for these two programs. And the only one that we're working with is Oxford International Community College. But you could do your research to actually like also find out. But again, it's something that like you need to actually like be sure that like the government has partnered with the institution, because if the government has not partnered with the institution to actually like double check your credentials, ensure that like you've gotten those training, you might possibly not get the nomination, right? After taking the program. So that's something that I would tell people to actually like always make sure they do their proper research before proceeding.
Okay, fantastic. And somebody is asking here, how long is the internship component of the program? Do you know?
It's 4 months.
Almost.
4 months. Okay, so that's 4 months. And Kelechi, I don't know if you have any other questions in the question box for us that we can take quickly before we leave today. I can see someone else asking how long is the program. I think we've mentioned it's for 2 terms, 8 months, and then the 4 months of the internship as
And
well, which
also
takes it to about
recurring
1 year. Yeah.
question we had in the previous live was about traveling with family, son, husband.
Okay, so I think the question was, can this program allow you to travel with your dependents?
Okay, I think
I don't know if you,
I think I'll answer that
yes,
question.
please.
Yeah, the provinces and the federal government are in partnership with immigration. So a province may have, like Nova Scotia may have what they are doing, but they still have to align
With
with the requirements of the federal government. So for now, if you are coming to study CCA or PSW, you do not have the eligibility to apply for spousal work permit. But
yeah.
if you have children who are your dependents, you can apply with them,
Yes.
right? I want to repeat this. If you're applying with children, yes, you can apply, but you cannot apply with your spouse on a
Or the spouse
spousal work
open
permit.
work permit, because it's a college program, right?
Because
Right.
it's a
Both
college program. But when you are done, and then you have a closed work permit,
permits.
a closed work permit allows you to apply with your family. And then when you actually even have a provincial nomination with a new policy, with a provincial nomination, you also qualify to apply for bridging open work permit, which allows you to also apply for your family.
Right.
So
Right. And
if you
that
are
applies to
coming,
all college programs.
yeah,
The same thing, like
the same thing
even
is
if you're doing any
applicable.
other program in a college, right now your spouse cannot get the spouse open work permit until you've completed the program and you're on one type of work permit, whether it's postgraduate work permit for you, whether it's closed work permit for you, and things like that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Somebody's asking when is the program starting. I think Jay mentioned that they still have May cohorts. For those that will be applying from outside Canada, I don't know if they will still be able to meet up with May cohorts, but
you
with
can
visa
target
applications
September if you're
and the
outside
like.
of Canada.
Yeah.
Or they can, so
September.
if you're outside Canada, you're probably looking at like September cohorts,
Yeah.
just to give you enough time to do your visa
And
application.
the good thing, if you are inside Canada and you have a valid study permit, which maybe you were billed to go to a different school and you are switching to Oxford, you do not need a new study permit for today, because with the new policy, you can actually start your program,
For May.
but you have to apply
Right.
up till May. So you are
Right.
getting like up to 2-3 months like leeway, which allows you to start your program while you apply and wait for the new
The
study
new
permit to
study
be out.
permit.
So
Right.
let me make it a bit clearer. If, for example, you were to go to Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia, and then you are switching to this program, you can get an offer in this program, pay your tuition, and submit your study permit application. And then you do not have to wait for the new application you put in to be approved
Before you
you go
start
to school.
the
You
program.
can start your school in March. I think there's a cohort that is starting in March. Those of them starting in March, the admissions are still on now. We just got a few. So if you're starting in March, go quickly. We'll get you an admission. You do your interview with the school and get ready to start. while your application for a change of DLI potentially will be approved in a few weeks or months to come.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for that. I don't know if Jay, if you have any final thing to add before we go, or if there are other
Yeah.
questions,
So
Kenichi, on your
yeah, I
part.
could
Yeah,
see a couple of
go
people
ahead.
asking. I could see a couple of people asking how much the tuition is for the program. Um, so usually the tuition fee is around $20,000. But what we always try to do, we try to see if we could always get scholarship within $2,000 to $3,000 scholarship off for you.
We got
We
we
could get
got
you 3,000.
5,005 for one student last week. It was
Okay,
really
yeah.
good.
So we even got 5,000. So if we could get you 3,000 or 5,000, that is you paying 15,000 or 17,000, depending on what we could get for you. Because sometimes they are not fixed. We just have to actually push to see what we could get. Again, right? All of these is about strategic, because right now when it comes to immigration in Canada, um, it's all about being strategic. You need to plan, starting from when you are about to you start the process. Before, people had the opportunity to actually just immigrate, come to Canada, and after that program they
Figure
start
things
thinking,
out.
okay, what are the next plans? And that's why I see that a lot of people start moving from here to there, because they didn't plan. But right now, the government of Canada is saying that you need to actually start planning from home. So if you are
Yeah.
thinking about going to the health
Exactly.
field, you know make sure that you start working on the plans, starting from from the first process, from the admission. um Again, if you're interested, you want to start your process, please feel free to actually shoot us an email, info@unicollegelink.com. The portal is there as well, unicollegelink.com. The portal is self-service. You could always use the search button, search for the program, search for the school, put in the application, upload your documents as well, and get started on the process. um, Uni College also page is also there as well. Their DM is always open for questions as well regarding these programs or regarding Nova Scotia as a whole. Thank you, and I wish to see you guys all very soon in Canada.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think before I go, we are getting lots of questions about this program that's starting on 31st of March.
The new
Yeah,
home
yeah,
care worker
the
pilots.
home
Okay.
concept.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Please, yeah. Lots of information are out there. In fact, I heard that internationally people are already preparing for it, and some agents are already making lots of promises. I don't have any official information about it, and
There's no
that's why I
details
don't like
yet.
to give it out.
Exactly.
But and you
Wait,
as a
sorry, not Nidu, actually, I do have some official information, and just to tell people to be very, very careful. It's good that you mentioned this. I
yeah,
think I actually wanted to make a video. I've not just been strong. People should be very careful so that they don't lose their money, right? On this, I could see that Disney is making a lot of wave.
lot of
So many
ways.
people are sending me information. People are making a lot of videos. Be extremely careful, because that program is not just for everyone. One of
Right.
the key and major requirements is that you must have a job offer
Full
Must
based
have
on
an
the trend from the
time job
previous
employer.
offer.
years. Yeah,
Full
Yes.
time
you
job
must
offer.
full-time job offer. You must have a full-time job offer to be qualified for that program. And if you have a full-time job offer, if you have previous work experience, right, and education in the field, they
And
could not consider it for
the
permanent
language
residency.
test.
And
Exactly,
for
and
you,
a language
and for
test as
someone
well.
to employ you, there are requirements for an employer.
Right.
If, for
Exactly as well.
example, a family is hiring you, I
They
have
have
someone in Canada as well
income
hiring me.
requirements.
Income requirements
Income
and lots
requirements
of other
and
things.
business number registration as well.
Right. Right.
So
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 just be
please,
careful. One of the things IRCC has said is that closer to the program, we get all the full details. I believe
full
that's
details,
what
yeah.
Mr. Nedu was talking about. We
Mm,
have an idea of what those details will be, but we don't want to preempt the government. When
Yeah.
yeah.
we have those full details officially from IRCC, we'll let you know. But for right now, the 4 things to get set for your language test, the degree assessment, your related work experience, the full-time job offer.
Yeah.
So just keep those things in mind.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
signing out. You have a
All
good
right.
week.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you have any question on some of the things we've talked about, feel free to reach out to UniCollege Link. The email is there, info@unicollegelink.com.
Yeah,
Until another time we
at
are able to come your way, I'll pass it over to Kenichi to see what
results.com.
you wanted to say.
So
Yeah.
yes, reach out to Skynet as well via email info@skynetconsults.com or follow
Okay.
Instagram page studyabroad_consults and Skynet Consults Africa as well on Instagram. So yeah,
Okay.
send us a DM and they'll definitely respond.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, and see you again some other time.
All right, good night.
Yeah. Bye.